Ladies and gentlemen, hello there. And so today I want to share a story, a couple different stories. As I've been working on my simulation source code, my little numerology project, and pondering life lessons and how life lessons are flavors or themes that present themselves out externally for you to learn something, right? A gym for you to exercise specific themes, right? I say that because I'm an 8. And this is why I want to explain it like this, so I hope you understand. So I'm an 8. Most people talk about power, money, influence when they talk about 8. For me, it's more willpower, self-responsibility, self-empowerment, right? These things may eventually give you that power and influence and money, but the theme, what you're here to learn, actually has to do with willpower, discipline, self-responsibility, self-empowerment, these types of things. Basically, coming to understand that you can't control the external, you can only control yourself, right? Your internal. Can you gain control over yourself despite the external situations? Now, stories. Ever since my Marine Corps days, I've had addictions, right? I got kicked out, got into drugs, alcohol, all these sorts of things. Now, to try to remedy that, my thinking at the time was, okay, well, it's a little bit more complex than that, but basically, I'm gonna go to a country with no money, and because I don't have money, how can I evolve? How can I consume these addictions, right? Using it as an impetus for me to cure myself. Now, how the external manifested itself. So I got to Montezuma. I spent my last $20 to get to this town called Montezuma in southern Costa Rica on the Pacific coast, and ended up working at a hotel. In this hotel, I didn't have any money. I wasn't earning any money. I was just room and board work. But the guy, he would always buy me alcohol. He was really nice. We talked, but he would always just buy me alcohol. So I was able to drink. Despite not having any money, despite putting myself in a situation where I don't have the resources to procure the things that I'm addicted to, the addictions would present themselves, right? I wasn't changing myself. I was just changing my external environment. Fast forward to 2014 or so, and I'm in Northern California, right? I spend my last $40 in a hotel trying to find a place to stay. Nothing worked out, but I almost wanted to quit and go home, call my mom and have my mom buy me a ticket to go back home. And I was like, no, I need to keep going. I go into Edgewood, find a place to work at a farm. Great, one mission successful. But now, one of the other workers in this place was also an alcoholic. He got veteran disability, even though he wasn't a veteran. He never deployed anywhere, but he got disability, so he got paid for the rest of his life. He chose to spend it on alcohol, and of which he chose to share that alcohol with me. So again, I'm in a place, I don't have the resources to procure my addictions for myself, but the external reality is presenting it for me. Do you have the willpower and the self-responsibility? Are you self-empowered enough to overcome these addictions for yourself? Change your environment, but can you change yourself? I did not, right? Tons of alcohol, got into fights, tons of weed, right? It's Northern California, so it's like all these different types of addictions were freely available still. Fast forward to later, 2016, now I'm in Guatemala. Again, I run out of money. A doctor takes me in, I end up working for him. Doing free clinics, doing healings, working with bioelectric medicine and different things. I wanted to learn from him. A whole nother story. I ended up working for him for 4 years. Now, again, we didn't have all that much money, but he would always buy me alcohol if I wanted it. He would buy me tobacco if I wanted it. He smoked a lot of weed and he would share. And so, again, all these types of addictions were presenting themselves. I didn't have the resources to get them myself, but the external reality kept presenting it to me to test me. Right? Are you going to get the willpower to overcome this? You can run away all you want, but your lesson's still there. Are you going to learn the lesson now? Or are you going to keep trying to run away from it, thinking that changing the external is going to change the internal? Right? No matter where you go, there you are. So I just share these things as like examples, right? And this is an example as an 8, and this is just me, partly to do because I'm a 35 and 8, the 3, and then my expression numbers are 3, and those tend to do with addictions. 8 itself has to do with addictions, of which I'm also born on the 17th. I have the life path, that's an 8. And then my name, Kyle, is also an 8. So there's a lot of that 8 influence there in my simulated experience. So it tends to be more addiction. Funny how it also shows up into astrology too. The north node, north and south node, and a couple of different placements. But it's funny how these different maps of life that we can access can show us the lessons that we're here to learn. And so I hope that this helps you to understand of like, wait, okay, so if I'm an 8, it's about willpower, self-responsibility, discipline. Can't run away from it. Even if it's like, it doesn't have to do with addictions, it's business. Oh, I want to start my own business, but it's hard, and so I'd rather do the 9 to 5. But you're not happy in the 9 to 5, right? Can you gather the willpower, self-responsibility, and discipline to pursue those endeavors, right? Can you learn the lesson? And then, take any number and attribute the same idea. Is it assertiveness in creating things, being your own self with the 1? Is it connection, communication with the 2? Is it self-expression and creativity with the 3? Innovation with 3? Or structure, blah, blah, blah. All these, can you take the themes of the numbers and look at them in your life of what's continuously and always presenting itself no matter where you go? What is the theme? This is my life lesson. This keeps showing up in my life. Oh, I have to confront it then, right? So hopefully that you get a little bit better understanding. And until next time, thanks.